Hi everyone, it's Emmy. Today I'm just going to be playing around with some makeup. I have no clue what I'm going to do. I just have like all of my Chi palettes laid out in front of me and I'm just going to pick a few colours and run with it and see what happens. It's been a while since I last recorded a video, and that is purely because I just didn't have time. As I've mentioned in other videos, I have a 2-year-old son and he stopped having naps during the day, and I used to record while he was sleeping, and since he stopped having naps I couldn't do that anymore, so I just had to stop really. I have posted a bunch of makeup looks on my Instagram if you haven't checked that out, but yeah, I haven't had a chance, and now he's in daycare 4 days a week. Have Monday and Friday free to either take clients or record videos or just do makeup for Instagram, and then I work 3 days a week at another job. So I should hopefully have more time to do stuff like this. But yeah, let's get started. So first off, I'm just going to apply some moisturizer. So this is the Simple Anti-Blemish Moisturizer. I really like this one. I use it quite a lot. I've been breaking out a lot recently, and this comes in handy just to calm those breakouts down. So I'm really sorry if I'm either not in focus or if the audio is funny. I'm still trying to figure out how to use a microphone that I bought. Also let me know about the lighting and if all of that is alright. I have like these two like giant Chi palettes in front of me, these two. They're a bit manky because I use them all the time. This one my son has dug his fingers into, but yeah, so I just don't know what colours I want to do. I've done green a lot recently, so I'm probably going to try and not do green. I don't know. Have a look on Instagram actually, see what I haven't done in a while. Honestly, on Instagram I haven't done just like a neutral brown, but I kind of don't want to do a neutral brown. So I've done a green, a fiery red, orange and yellow, purple, that one's pink, and then kind of neutral colours on my clients. I don't know, man. Maybe I could just do... Maybe I could just do kind of taupey, cool tones. But then like, I don't know, these warm tones here are super calling my name. Fuck it, I'm going to use these warm tones because I haven't used them yet, so we're just going to go with it. So this is the Chi Iconic Timeless Beauty eyeshadow palette. So this you can get from Target and Maya in Australia or on the Chi website. And I'm just going to take, probably going to do something with like these 6 colours here. Maybe mix in a few other tones just for like transition shades, because some of these are a bit dark. And I have found with these Chi eyeshadows, so I found with these ones and the big ones, some of the eyeshadows come off a lot darker than they look in the pan or more vibrant, which isn't a terrible thing, but it can kind of throw you off. So definitely before you commit to using a certain colour, I would swatch it first. Just to make sure that it is the colour that you definitely want to use, because I have had some of them where I've tried to go in with a transition colour and it's ended up being way too dark. So that's just something to keep in mind when using these palettes. Other than that, I love these palettes. I love these eyeshadow formulas. They're super good. They're definitely probably my favourite eyeshadows that I have at the moment. Between these and BYS, they're probably my favourite eyeshadows, both because they're good and they're just really affordable. Like these big ones not on sale are only $49. So you get all of that for $49. They're super good. And then I think these smaller ones are $29 full price, but Chi Chi always has sales. Either Maya or Target will have a 30 or a 40% off Chi Chi almost every week, or at least 2 to 3 times a month. So like, I don't know, it's just, the price range is super good, and I do really like the eyeshadows, the quality of the eyeshadows. So to prime, I'm just going to use the Essence Camouflage Concealer. This is the new packaging, and this is the old packaging. So this is what I used to use all the time. But they have changed the formula. This says matte concealer, so I don't know if there's another version of it that's not matte, but I find that this formula compared to this one is just really dry. It does crease under my eyes when I use it under my eyes to conceal, and I feel like it is just a bit dry to use as an eyeshadow primer, but at the moment it's all that I have, so I'm just going to use it and probably try to use it up. But other than that, it is a good concealer. It has amazing coverage. Just for me, it's too dry. Definitely if you have oily skin or oily eyelids, this would be really great as an eyeshadow primer for you and a concealer, but we're going into winter in Australia at the moment, and I find that my skin's just getting quite dry, which is new to me. That doesn't usually happen. My skin doesn't tend to change with the seasons, but all of a sudden it is. So I'm dealing with that. So as you can see, that's just like cancelled out all of the veins and redness that I had on my eyelids, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. And then because it does crease, I'm just going to set it. So there's not really a shade in the Iconic eyeshadow palette that's light enough for me to use as just a kind of overall setting color on my eyes. So I'm just going to take the Lady Entrepreneur palette, which is just like an everyday mattes palette, and I'm gonna take probably this top shade here, and I'm just gonna set my whole eyelid with that because, as I said before, this concealer does crease. I also find that it just helps to set at least the crease and the brow bone, just to blend everything nicely. So for a transition shade from the Iconic palette, I'm just going to take this shade right here. So I'm just going to take that on a fluffy brush. Sorry if you can hear my dishwasher draining in the background. My house is tiny and I can't escape any noise that my house is making right now. So I'm just going to take that on a fluffy synthetic BYS brush. I got this for $8 from Kmart, and it's pretty much my favorite brush. Alright, so that's my transition shade. I don't know what style of eyeshadow I want to do. Maybe I should do like a bronze, orangey, coppery, cut creasy type thing. Don't know. So I'm just going to take this kind of deep mustard tone, and I'm just going to put this using a Chi Chi crease brush. I'm just going to put that in the crease as well, and just angling the brush upward and going along my socket. And I don't know if I want to do a halo eye or a cut crease. I haven't done a halo eye in a while, to be honest. Maybe I'll do a halo eye. So I'm just going to go in with the first colour on the super fluffy brush and just go over that again. Make sure the blend is really soft. So I might actually just zoom you in, and maybe that'll help with being able to actually see what I'm doing. Okay, that's better. Hopefully I'm in focus. I can't tell. Alright, so if I am doing a cut crease, not a cut crease, what did I say I was doing? Halo eye. If I'm doing a halo eye, I need to bring in that orangey kind of colour on the outer and inner corner of my eyes. So I'm just going to take this little tiny little brush, little paddle brush, little fluffy paddly brushy thing. This is just, I got this off Oz sale for like $30 in a big set of like 32 brushes. The brand is Bella, but I don't know if you can get them anymore. They did have them at Reject Shop actually recently-ish, might have been a couple of years ago. But these are really good brushes, I really like them. And I'm just gonna pat that on the inner corner and drag it towards the center of my eyelid. And also on the outer corner. And making sure that I connect it to the crease. So again, just placing on the outer corner and dragging it into the center, and also making sure it blends in with the crease. And with the inner corner, placing it and dragging it out. And then just going over it with the big fluffy brush and just making sure it's all blended nicely. Alright, so now I'm going to go into this matte orange shade and just put that on the inner and outer corners first. I might leave the center of my crease kind of a lighter shade, just because if I put a darker shade there, it can close my eyes off a little bit. So I might just leave that open. Kind of gives the illusion that I have bigger eyes. So again, just placing and blending in towards the center of my eyelid. So now what I want to do is take another darker shade and just not blend it out as much into the center as what I have done with the last few. So I might, actually no, I'll keep using this same brush, and then I'm actually going to go into, I think I'm going to go into this dark shade down here, and then if that's not quite dark enough, I can always just go into black or a warm brown, which I probably will end up doing. So I really just want to keep this close to the very corner, so I'm just going to like wiggle it a little bit and not really blend it too much. Alright, and then just to blend it, I'm going to take the lighter orange shade and just go over that and just pull it out a little bit. And then take the mustard colour again, do the same thing, just go over the top and pull it out into the middle. And then again, just with the big fluffy brush, just go over and make sure everything is blended. Cool, so I really like how that's come out. center of the lid. First what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the NYX pigment primer, and I'm just doing this, I'm not going to use a pigment, I'm just doing this because I like to give the eyeshadows a little bit more of like a tacky kind of base, especially if I'm using shimmer shades. There are a few kind of topper colors in these palettes, and I find that the pigment primer is just a little bit better than using just glitter glue for them. So I'm just gonna pat this in the center. Also prefer to do this than using the concealer as well, because I feel like concealer can just make it too cakey and thick. Just gonna pat that out with my finger a little bit, and then I'm going to go into this shade here. This one here. Might be a little bit dark, and if it is, I'll just put a topper color on top of that. And I'm just going to use another Bella brush. Just going to tap it over. I think I will put a little strip of like gold or something in the center. Like a really light gold, just to brighten it up a little bit. Alright, I'm just going to do the same on the other eye. And I've just cleaned off that brush, so there's no eyeshadow on here. And I'm just going to go over the edges, kind of more in a flicking motion than blending or anything. Just to make sure that the edges are blended but the shimmer doesn't go all the way to the outer corner or the inner corner. Cool, and then I am just going to go over the center. I won't use any more pigment primer, and I'm just going to use the little brush that we used before, and I'm just going to take this shade here. It probably won't pick up on camera very well. Maybe if I swatch it, but it is just like a really light yellowy gold just there. So over the top of this copper shade, which is that one there, it should just add a little bit more dimension to the center of the lid. Again, I'm more like kind of tapping and flicking than placing and blending. There you go, so that's just added a little bit more highlight to the center of the lid. Alright, and then just for blending's sake, I'm just going to take the first lighter shade that I used just to set my brow bone from the Lady Entrepreneur palette. And I'm just going to go over my brow bone again, just to make sure that that is nice and blended. So I am just going to take that little brush again and just go into that lightest gold shade that we used. And I'm just going to put that right up here under my brow, just to add a bit of highlight. Alright. Cool, I think that's the eyes done. I'm not going to do eyeliner just because I find that eyeliner can be a bit harsh on my eyes, especially when I've done a kind of more in-depth eyeshadow like this. So I'll just leave that bare. Okay, so I did just do my brows off camera. I just used the Chi Chi Brow Pomade in taupe, and then I used the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Coloured Tinted Mascara Brow Blue. Both of those are probably a little bit light for my eyebrow hairs, but I kind of like the look of the lighter colours. I feel like it just makes them look a little more natural, not so super carved out, that kind of thing. So now I'm just going to clean up under my eyes from the fallout, and then start with foundation. So to clean up, I wanted to put these in because I can really appreciate the brand for doing this. So these are these simple cleansing wipes, and these are biodegradable. I think that is a great move for, sorry if it's crinkly. I think this is a great move for all makeup wipe companies to make, especially with everyone trying to be a little bit more environmentally conscious at the moment. This was a good move by Simple, and they're not any more expensive than the regular wipes that they have. So I hope that they just get rid of the other wipes altogether and just have the biodegradable, because it's just so much better for the environment. Especially, you know, I know that I use so many makeup wipes. You know, I wear makeup every day to work, and then, you know, Monday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm wearing makeup most of those days as well. So, you know, that's 7 days a week that I'm wearing makeup and taking it off with makeup wipes. So to have biodegradable ones is so much better than the regular ones that are going to be in landfill for God knows how long. So for primer today, I'm going to be using this one I got from Kmart. It's the 5th Avenue Color Correcting Primer. It's basically a rip-off of the Stila One Step Correct, I think, primer. So yeah, it's got like the 3 colours in there. It's supposed to colour correct. I don't think it actually does. I think I did do a video on this actually. I can't remember if it was this or if it was another primer, about whether or not you need primer. I definitely feel like you don't need primer with certain foundations. Certain foundations work perfectly fine without primer, but for me at the moment, with my skin being so dry, I definitely like to have the primer, especially with the foundation that I'm going to use. The foundation is quite dry, and I just find that having the barrier of a primer underneath really just kind of helps my skin not look flaky and cakey under the foundation. Alright, so that's the primer on. So the foundation that I'm going to be using is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I really like this range. I actually use it in my kit. I just find it really good. It lasts really long. You don't have to set it with a powder, which I love. And everything just blends really nicely on top of it. It looks really good. But with this foundation today, I'm actually going to be mixing in some of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow, just to take away a bit of the matteness and the dryness I can get with this foundation. I would not recommend this foundation for dry skin. If you have dry skin and you want to use this foundation, definitely maybe try and mix it with a bit of moisturizer or a bit of primer even, or mix it with the Pro Glow. But if you do have super dry skin, the Pro Glow is a great foundation. It's very dewy, it looks very nice. It's basically the same almost as this, in the sense that you don't have to set it, and powders and everything will blend really easily on top of it. The only issue with the Pro Glow is that there isn't a lot of shades. There's only, I think, about six shades, and that's available in limited stores. So yeah, you just have to try and find the right shade, and the whole range is very pink undertoned. So I actually can't use this foundation by itself. I can't use the darker shade by itself because it's all just too pink and it makes me look like I'm sunburnt. So I'm going to be mixing these two together just to take the matteness off of this one, and then I will still be mixing the Australis Matchmaker Shade Adjusting Drops as well. So much mixing. That's my little concoction. I'm just going to mix it up. And I am just going to apply this with a Real Techniques beauty sponge. I really like this sponge. I will say I think the Australis drops do take away some of the coverage from the foundations that I use. The two foundations that I used are very full coverage, but I do find that when I mix them with the Australis lightning drops, it does take the coverage away. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit because it's cutting me off now. Yeah, so the coverage looks really good on camera, but definitely in person you can see a lot of my breakouts still. Oh, actually you can see them on camera too. But in person they are really obvious, which I'm not stressed about because I just finished my period, so I'm gonna have some breakouts. Alright, so while the foundation dries a little bit more on my cheeks, I am just going to finish up the eyeshadow under my eyes. I'm just going to take the little brush, make sure I don't have any more of the shimmer shade on there. And I'm just going to take the little brush and the mustard shade from the Iconic palette and just run it under my lashes. And definitely tapping off now because my foundation is on. I don't want to have fallout. Cool, and then I'm just going to take the first orange shade that we used, and I'm just going to kind of do a gradient under my eyes a little bit. So focus this one probably from the outer corner to the center. And then I am just going to go into the darker orange shade as well. And again, just kind of wiggle it on the very outer corner. Okay, sorry, I had to take a little bit of a break because my camera, my memory card was full, and my microphone wasn't working. Okay, figuring it out. I'm still figuring it out. It's working now. So the last bit of this video will have audio. Well, no, the first half has audio, but this will have properly recorded audio. Hopefully it's okay. I'm sorry if it's not. I can't believe it wasn't working. All right. Anyway, what was I doing? I can't remember. I don't know. It's been about half an hour, if not longer, so my face, all my foundation is set. This is under my eyes. That's what I was doing. All right, so I'm just going to take a slightly bigger brush and just run it under my eyes and make sure that everything is nicely blended together. All right, so now I am going to do my face makeup. So, all right, so first I'm gonna bronze. I'm using a bronzer that is way too old and I shouldn't be using it, and you can't get it anymore, but it's the Essence Sun Club Blondes Matte Bronzing Powder. This is so old, like really old, like I really shouldn't be using it, but it's the only bronzer I have for myself, and it's the only bronzer that I like using on myself. I probably have more, but I don't really like taking makeup out of my kit if it's not, you know, when I don't need to. So I'm just going to use this, whatever. It's only going on my face, it's not going near my eyes or anything, so should be good. And I'm just going to put that on basically my collarbones, my cheekbones, and blending in upward kind of twisty, what do you call them, like twirly, I don't know, upward motions, just to give my face a bit of a lift. You can see the difference already. This side versus this side, little definition, little bit of a lift. And I'm just gonna go up here as well. Take a little bit on my jaw. And then I just like to take my bronzer just lightly down the sides of my nose. I don't really like to do like a full contour. Just like to lightly brush it down. Just to add a tiny bit of definition. And then just on this same brush, I'm gonna take this little Tarte blush. This is Amazonian Clay Blush First Class. This I just got with like a Christmas gift set that my parents got me from America. Just gonna take a bit of that, and I like to focus it on like the outer side of my cheek and kind of blend it down. And then to contour my cheeks a little bit, I'm just gonna take this is like destroyed. I'm just gonna take the NYX blush in taupe. Like this is all broken up. I need to get another one. And then just run it under my bronzer, focusing it towards the hairline and running it just a little bit down. Also try to get it on like the very edge of the bristles, so then I can just have it on its side and just blend it. Okay, so that's almost everything for the face. And then I'm just gonna go into the Chi Chi Iridescent Glow Highlighting Palette in Precious Stone. I've used this quite a few times. It's definitely one of my favorite highlighter palettes. It is destroyed because I use it so often. So this is it. It's just a lot of like jewel tones, and they're all named after crystals and stuff. Because I've done orange today, I'll probably go in with the shade Opal, which is this shade right here. It doesn't show up on camera that great, but it actually has an orange kind of shift to it. There you go, you can kind of see it there. It's got that orangey shift. I really like this palette, and I really like these highlighters. They are super nice, super blinding, and yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm actually going to just use the same brush I used for my contour. Just gonna dip in there, and I'm just gonna put that on the tops of my cheekbones, and just, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, just gives a little bit of a orange glint. There you go, you can see that bit of orange shift. All that. I'm really into matching my highlight with my eyeshadow colours. I don't know why. I haven't highlighted my nose yet. That's just the shine from the foundation. So that's what you get from the NYX foundation when you add in the L'Oreal. Just gives it that nice kind of dewiness, and I really, really like it. But I am going to add highlighter. So I always highlight the tip of my nose. I'm actually going to pull my highlighter a little bit down onto my cheeks toward my mouth. I've seen Nikki Tutorials doing this, where she's dragging her highlighter down to the corner of her mouth a little bit, and I really like how it looks. See, it just gives your cheeks that bit of glow. I actually really like it. I need to do it more often. And then I'm going to take this just above my eyebrow, and then I'm also going to take the little eyeshadow brush again and go into the same highlighter shade and just put this on the inner corner of my eye, or just under the brow arch. And then I'm just going to take the shade Topaz, which is just the gold, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner as well, just to add a little bit more shine and gold. Alright, so now I'm going to put on some mascara, and I'm going to use my favorite mascara at the moment. I only have the travel one, which is really frustrating because I love this mascara. This is just the Tarte Gifted mascara. Again, I got this in like a holiday set with this blush and something else. I feel like something else came in that set, but I can't think of what it was at the moment. Might have just been the mascara and the blush. So I feel like that's the only new Tarte stuff I have. I'm not sure. But yeah, I really like this mascara. I'm hoping it's not like the Lights Camera Splashes mascara, where I really liked the tester or like the travel size, but I really didn't like the full size, because I really like this mascara. It's so good. It just really adds a lot of volume to your lashes. Show you in just a sec just how good this mascara is. So that's just one coat of this mascara. Like, that is insane. It's so good. Like, I wish I would never run out of this, like this exact one, because it's just perfect. And I'm going to be really heartbroken if the full size is terrible, because I love this mascara. It makes me feel like I don't need to put false lashes on. And I feel like that's what we all need. Because wearing false lashes all the time is a pain in the arse. So that's both eyes with the mascara. It looks so good. My eyelashes never look this good, and this mascara just really makes them just pop. I really don't want to put lashes on. I'm not going to put lashes on. I'll just do this. Just do a second coat. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to add lashes because I just like this mascara as it is. Okay, lips. I did want to wear red lipstick today, but I kind of feel like maybe I can wear red. I'm going to put the red on and we'll see how it looks. It might be too much. I like it with the red. Might be too much for some, but I actually really like it with the red. I don't know what other colour I would do unless I did a boring nude, and I kind of really want to wear a red lipstick, so we're going to stick with the red. But I'm going to even it out because my lips are really uneven right now. Alright, I think that is as even as I'm going to get my lips, and I'm alright with it. So this lipstick, I've had this for a really long time. The label's come off, but it's one of my favorites. This is just the Mode liquid lipstick, which you can get from Woolworths and Wizard Chemist. Is that what it's called? Wizard Chemist? I think so. This is just the Mode in Hottie. It's the colour. I love these. These are actually a really good liquid lipstick formula. And they're only like $3, so it's really good. So yes, I think that is it. Alright, so that's me using the Chi Chi Iconic Timeless Beauty palette. Like I said in the start, I really do love these big Chi Chi palettes and the small ones. They are super affordable, $49 full price. They tend to go 40 to 30% off, where you can get these big ones for $29, and that's at Maya and Target in Australia. But yeah, these are totally worth the price. They're amazing eyeshadows. They really, really are. You've got matte shades in here, and then you've got just regular shimmer shades, and then you have also these kind of topper shades where you really do want to use a pigment glue or a glitter glue with them, but they're gorgeous. Like, just the whole thing is just gorgeous. So yeah, I really, really recommend these palettes. I've been using them for months now. I use them in my kit. I use them on clients. Clients have loved them. That's really all I can say about that. I really like how my foundation came out today. I've been doing this combo for a while, just since my skin's been getting a bit dry, probably start of April actually. I have been using this foundation for, probably a year now, to be honest. And then this one I've used once before by itself. But again, the color, like you can see, it just really, it doesn't match at all. So mixing these two together just to make it a little bit more on the dewy side, less dry, really works well. And the Australis Matchmaker drops, while I do think they take away some of the coverage of the foundation, they're still really good just to lighten the foundation to the shade that I really need it to be. So I really like the combo of those and how it looks today. This is probably, to be honest, the best it's turned out. But yeah, so I love those. I love that Tarte blush, the Tarte mascara, the Gifted. I really, really, really want to get the full size, but I'm also terrified that the full size isn't going to work as well. So if anyone has used the travel size and the full size version of this, can you please let me know if they're the same, like if they're both as good as the travel size, because I will splurge. I will pay however much this mascara is in Australia, probably $60 for the full size, because it's just so good. But yeah, I think that's about all I wanted to wrap up with. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I really hope that you want to stick around and see more. If you do want to see more makeup that I've done recently but haven't done videos on, please check out my Instagram. It's just makeup.by.emmi. And yeah, there's heaps of photos on there. There's all my client work on there. So yeah, please check it out, follow, and like and subscribe to this video. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I definitely hope that I can do more. I really want to do more like artistic looks now that I have the time. So we'll just see how that goes, and hopefully I can do something with it. But yeah, so please like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!